Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. And if you like this watch, you can buy, trade, and sell luxury watches, including this one, 24 hours a day on thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Day-Date 18038 in 18-karat yellow gold with a sensational and immaculate original tiger's eye Rolex dial, minimalist in the best possible fashion. This is a gorgeous color complement of dial and case material. The timepiece is 36 millimeters in diameter. The 18038 debuted in 1977. It ran till 1988. It was the first generation of quickset Rolex Day-Dates, not double quickset, but single quickset. Nevertheless, the Day-Date in profile has not changed much since the first debuted in the mid-50s. So 36 millimeters is the case diameter, and the thickness of the case is a manageable 12.4 with a sloped fluted gold bezel. You can easily slide this one under a dress cuff. Lug-to-lug, if you were to throw this on a strap, and many do throw vintage Rolex Day-Dates on straps, it would be 44 millimeters lug-to-lug, but with the solid end links of the President bracelet, it's extended to 47.6 millimeters. Now, the timepiece has an 8.6 million serial code, so roughly 1985 for this one, and the dial doesn't look a day older than that. I have to say, for a watch that's 33 years old, almost as old as I am, I was born in 1984, this dial is simply sensational, as clean as they come, and exceptionally rare. But first, let's talk about the bracelet, because it is a big part of the Day-Date experience. The watch is often called the President, and properly speaking, the watch is not the President. The watch is the Day-Date. The bracelet, however, is the President. That is formally the name of this 3-link design. It's more robust on the wrist and in the hand than the 5-link Jubilee dress bracelet, but it's also more silken, more supple than the more brutally profiled and robust 3-link Oyster. It's a nice halfway between the souplesse of the Jubilee and the strength of the Oyster. Now you can see that this one is stretched a little bit, but the tolerances remain quite good, and the security on the wrist inspires confidence. This is well preserved. I'll also say that the handsome contrasting finish remains. As you can see, satin on the flanks, polished down the center for high contrast, and underside, plenty of gaps between the links as designed for ventilation on a hot day. This is an all-purpose watch, and the timepiece features a robust and intact crown clasp with the only indication of the partition point on the bracelet being the 5-point Rolex coronet, a long-running signature of the President bracelet. Moving back to the case, you can see that it's a combination of polish on its flanks and satin on its tops. This would change in the early 2000s, but during the 80s, it was a signature of the Day-Date. You'll also note that the crown, a twin lock and yellow gold, perfectly matches the case, and the case is sensational, but the dial is a phenomenon. I'm going to get as close as I can here. I can actually hear a Devon tread I've got in the background ticking away. And we're going to forget about the Devon for a minute, and we're going to focus on this sensational tiger's eye dial. What you're looking at is a natural material that has been polished and stabilized for use as a dial. And less is more here, as the absence of indices allows the tiger's eye material to explode. You can see underneath the golden gilt style printing of the dial, it almost has a three-dimensional holograph-like effect. It looks like it has tremendous depth and even a life of its own as it moves around. It has an incredible, I would imagine, compound refractory index, as different components of it reflect and refract the light in different ways. Now, important to note, this first of the 5-digit reference Day-Dates was also the first to feature a sapphire crystal and 100-meter water resistance. This watch will still pass the water test, so in many ways with the sapphire and the water resistance, you can wear this like a modern Rolex. The hands are yellow gold, and as you can see, they are somewhat degraded compared to their original condition, only in as much as some of the original tritium lume has fallen out of the slot. It is not loose in the dial is clean. The hands have been preserved for historical purposes, and you can see the dial is signed T. It's not as though the luminescent material is necessary. This one is dead as a doornail as far as radioactive lume is concerned. Otherwise, everything is in immaculate condition, and you'll note how much more the golden apertures for the day and the date pop. Note the correct vintage golden metallic disc with the open 6 and open 9. And yes, it is an officially certified chronometer, because underneath the sensational tiger's eye dial, there is a Rolex manufacturer caliber 3055. So this was the first of the high beat day-date movements, 28,800 vibrations per hour. It was the first of the quick sets, the single quick sets. It's a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, 27 joules. It features a free-sprung balance with Rolex's micro-stella adjustment nuts. You can see the case back is satin finished and polished. It's an oyster style. You can't see anything underneath, but what is there is the 27 joule half bridge. It's not a full balance bridge back then. And it has a 45 to 48 hour power reserve as it beats away at its 4 hertz. It does feature hacking or stop seconds, so you can synchronize precisely to a reference time. The free-sprung architecture still makes it plenty tough, even without the full balance bridge, and it still contains an overcoil hairspring handmade for concentric beating of the hairspring in any orientation with respect to gravity. So it has excellent performance in any position on the wrist or on your dresser top at night. This is a rare opportunity to own a truly special vintage Rolex Day-Dates. There are a million Day-Dates with silver dials. There are a million Day-Dates out there with diamond dials. There are a million Day-Dates out there with a combination of two-tone. Frankly, none of them deliver like this one does. This with Tiger's Eye is simply a singular experience, and for me, it is quite literally that, as I've never seen another. You may never see another either. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox.